the show. So we're going to just strap in for 2 acts. We're going to bring the first act on to the comedy frenzy again. Let's start with a base level of applause. A little bit more applause. Do some moving. Do some moving. Do some cheering. Keep it going. We're going to take Bobby Freeman.
Freeman, Covent, doing well? Yeah. This is a bit of a strange gig actually for me, because last time I was here, someone reviewed me on a comedy website and they described me as a hideous combination of Boris Johnson and Tintin. Now I can understand why they said that, honestly. What I can't understand was why did they have to say a hideous combination? Mistaken for someone cool, you know. It never happened. I went to a stage a few years ago trying to look like a rock star, right? So I grew what I thought was a rock star's haircut, which comes really long across one eye at the front, right? I thought I looked a bit like Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, right? Walking down Oxford Street with this haircut, someone actually mistook me for H from Steps. H from fucking Steps, ladies and gentlemen! It's as low as it gets. But that's what happens when I try and look cool, you see. I bought a pair of skinny jeans from Topman, right? I thought I must look cool, skinny jeans. All the cool people wear skinny jeans, right? Put them on, went to see my mum, even she took the piss out of me. She took one look at me and said, probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard. She went, oh my God, you can't wear those. Who do you think you are, JLS? So I said to her, well, no, Mum, because that doesn't make sense. I said, 1, I can't sing, 2, I can't dance, and 3, and most importantly, I'm not black. And she said to me the most extraordinary thing I've ever heard. It was the sort of one of those things only a mum would say. She went, and you never will be with that attitude, young man. That's what I've got to live with. So I moved out luckily, and I live in a flat share in Putney at the moment, and my flatmate's just started working for Match.com, right? Now he works in the call centre, so if you've got any problems, you call him and he sorts it out, right? On his first day, this is brilliant, a guy called up and was really angry. He was like, look, I've been on here for 3.5 months now, I haven't got a single email in my inbox, and not a single girl has even looked at my profile page. What the fuck's going on? So my mate's like, okay, sir, calm down. Let's have a look at your page, see if we can see where you're going wrong. And he said, can I have your username, please? And his username, you can look this up on Match.com, absolutely true, fuckmonster69. After true love, do you? But give me a cheer if you've got an iPhone. Yeah. I've got an iPhone this week, I finally caved in. Mine's got this Siri voice recognition. Has everyone got this? Yeah. If you haven't got it, you've probably seen the adverts. The idea is you give your phone verbal instructions and it will search the internet for you, right? Now, I think I speak on behalf of everyone who's got this Siri. It's the shittest technology ever invented by man, isn't it? It's crap. It fucks up every single time, right? My favourite fuck up this week, I said to it very clearly and very concisely, search for, I want a doctor in King's Cross. And he went, searching for, I want to adopt an albatross. Which I didn't. But give me a cheer if you enjoyed the Olympics last year. Great, wasn't it? It was awesome. I was in London throughout the Olympics, but my favourite thing about the whole event was watching foreigners trying to negotiate the London Underground, right? So, I saw a French guy, just to start with, give me a cheer if you're from London. So you'll be familiar with this move. If you're not from London, there's a move. When you come down the escalators and you can see the tube doors are just closing, you can sometimes run, jump, put your arm out and grab the doors and squeeze your way on, right? I've all done that. It's a classic London move. I saw a French guy try this, right? Now he'd obviously seen someone do it and thought, yeah, I'll go with that. So he came down the escalators, saw the doors were closing, he ran, launched himself, but made one fatal mistake, left his arm by his side. So he jumped towards a set of tube doors, and his head got stuck in the door like this. And it closed on his face. He started trying to panic and put his head out, but when he realised he couldn't get it out, he looked up at the Londoners for help. He was like, so, we were Londoners on the tube, we could see this guy was in trouble. What do you think we did? Absolutely fuck all! We ignored him! Like all Londoners do, and it was like, this guy looks like he's in trouble. You gotta just look over here. Problem of the soul. What's this? I am paying too much for my car insurance. he started shaking his head. He put his newspaper down and walked up the other end of the carriage. I thought, oh, that's nice, this guy's going to help him out. So he walked up to the guy, phone came out, took a picture. Fucking getting involved in that. But eventually one guy did decide to help him, and this is an example of London life. The help, all he did was just go up to the guy's face, didn't say anything, just went, stores closed, train went off. Welcome to London, my friend! Welcome to London! But I mean, doing this job, I have to use the tube quite a lot, unfortunately, and I go to Earl's Court Station quite a lot. And I was there late at night once, so I was on the platform, lots of people like this. Now, a train came in, but it wasn't like a normal passenger train, it was like an industrial freight train carrying trucks full of coal and rubble, right? And they're about the same height as the platform here. Now, next to me was a blind man, right? Exactly, that's the noise I made. But he had a little guide dog out on the train, right? The trouble was the dog was obviously trained to get onto a carriage, not onto one of these trucks. So the train actually stopped in the station, so the dog's a bit like, what the fuck? You know they say dogs can't make any real facial expression. That dog looked fucking confused to me. So then everyone starts to back away from him, so I'm left with him. It's like he's my responsibility. And the blind man's going, go on then lad, on you go, there's a good boy, go on. So the dog's under pressure. But one terrible moment, started to climb up onto the back of one of these trucks. As soon as he did it, he knew there was something wrong. And he looked around, and all he did was found my eyes, and he looked up at me as if to go, what do I do? And for some reason, I don't know why, I found myself looking at a dog just going, stag weekend a couple of weeks ago in a place called Watford. Anyone been there? It's a classy joint, isn't it? Anyone know the club called Oceana? You got the idea what sort of a night it was. So it was all going really well. It's perfect for a stag do, isn't it? You know, all dancing on the dance floor, what's going really well, right? All of a sudden, my mate realises he's going to be sick, right? Now he doesn't want to do it on the dance floor, so he decided to do a really ambitious act, which is hold it in and run upstairs to where the toilets are, right? So he puts his hand on his mouth, takes off across the dance floor, he makes it across there, makes it up the stairs, makes it across the landing at the back of the club, makes it to the toilets, bashes the door open, sprints through the toilet, dives to the cubicle, bashes the door open, and it just explodes, he goes, Blah! Opened his eyes, there was a bloke sat on the toilet having a poo. Now covered in vomit, right? So there was an awful moment when they're looking at each other and they're just sort of thinking, oh my god, I've just been sick on this man, he's gonna hit me any minute now, I'm gonna have to do something. I know, I'll hit him first. Bang! And runs out the toilets. So the poor chap who was sat there minding his own business, he's just been vomited on, he's been punched in the face. I guarantee you, Covent Garden, he was thinking to himself, well, could have been worse. Could have got mistaken for H from fucking Steph. Guys, that's my time. You've been wonderful. I'm Bobby Freeman. Thank you. Let's go.
The parents are drinking. Oh no, you got spilled on as well. You get bubble sweat. Come on. Just enthusiasm there. It's all nice. I think you're laughing more at getting spilled on than you are about the comment.